Good morning, and welcome to Daily Disciplines. Well, here we are after quite an extended session with procrastination. I must tell you, I was listening through all of them again just the last couple of days, and there is one more thought on procrastination that I will bring to you tomorrow. But true to my word from our chat yesterday, there is an email I wanted to share with you. Many of the emails, in fact, the vast majority of emails that we get, communication from all of you, is to say thank you. And I want you to know how very much we appreciate that and how helpful it is for us to be reassured that what we're talking about and what we're attempting to do here is making a difference in your life. From time to time, there is a specific question, however, that comes, and this particular one, I think, may be a question that is in the mind and heart of a lot of you, and yet it was verbalized by an email from a young man in the Scandinavian countries, a young man by the name of Morton. And he said he'd been doing a search for Skip Ross on YouTube, which is, you got to understand how interesting and gratifying that is to me at my stage of life to be found on YouTube. Nevertheless, he found Daily Disciplines, began watching, and again, as many of you, expressed appreciation for what we were doing and that it had begun to make a difference in his life and some of his thinking. He said, I now have started to make a clear description of the person I want to be, and I find myself stuck. Well, Morton, I want you to know that there are a lot of people around the world who start that process and find themselves stuck. I trust that you will not deter from looking for the answers to that, because it is worth the effort. But he goes on to say, due to my melancholy part of the temperament that I have, I want to make it perfect. I've learned not to go too far, but in this case, I believe it is worth the effort writing to you for the following reason. I've read a lot of books, listened to a lot of CDs, attended the functions due to my association with the business. In the last 2 years, I have several times been encouraged by authors and speakers, including yourself, to write this clear description of the person I really want to be. Because there are so many books, and it is difficult to determine which one I want to be. Here is the question. Do you have an example of a clear and specific description of a person of great character? What defines such a person? And is it possible to describe it in a simple way which is not too long while covering all the important details? It is a complex question. Today, I'm going to give a simple answer. But I do want you to know, not only you, Morton, but others of you who are listening, that this has inspired me to look into another series of talks on our Daily Disciplines podcast that will deal with this specific subject. For many years, I have been aware of the fact that though I teach and many others teach that we should decide the kind of person that we really want to be, very few ever do. Sometimes they make an initial beginning attempt, but to carry through and really do the job that's necessary to be done, very few do it. And so my simple answer is, yes, it is possible to have a description of that kind of person that is inclusive in all of the characteristics that I think a person would want to have, and yet done in a fashion that can be reviewed on a daily basis. Is it a simple process? I don't think so. Can it be done in a few minutes? No, not as far as I'm concerned. It took me many hours, in fact weeks, to get the final description of the kind of person that I wanted to be some 45 years ago. And as I wrote it down, it was summarized into a few pages in a notebook. Subsequently, I summarized it even further. So it is possible to know who it is you want to be. It is possible to find characteristics in the lives of many other people. It is also possible to put it in a format that can be reviewed every day. That is a major part of daily disciplines. To not only know who it is that you want to be, but then to live with that person every day, day in and day out. We are told that we become like the people with whom we invest our time. So why not invest time with the person you want to be? Is there one person that I know of that has that kind of characteristics that I would model my life after? Yes, there is. You can find a further discussion of that over the coming weeks as we begin to talk about some of those things on the Sunday edition, the spiritual edition of Daily Disciplines. So for this time, I would say if you haven't started the process, start. And Morton, be encouraged, because there is a way to describe the person you want to be in a short, succinct form that you'll be able to review every day and move toward becoming that kind of a person. Have a great day, and we'll talk again soon.